Hello everyone and welcome to a very special video. I've been really looking forward to this for a long time. And while it is not, unfortunately, a brand new Hunger Games that'll be coming soon enough, I promise, this is Hunger Games by the numbers. First of all, and I cannot go any farther without saying this, but look at this. Look. Look at all this stuff. This was all Kate. Kate did like 98% of the research for this video, completely unsolicited. She just heard me say one time that I was thinking about going through and doing some stats for the Hunger Games, and she just went through and did basically almost everything. So, big thank you to Kate for this. You are a legend, I guess.
Be nice to Kate.
I am being nice to Kate. It was just a joke. Calm down. I know that you and Kate are, like, attached at the hip.
That's because she's awesome and you're always an asshole to her.
I'm always an asshole to her? I think you better rethink that one, Courtney.
I don't need to rethink anything. Rachel thinks you suck too.
Rachel always thinks I suck. She even writes it on the little papers in between, you know, at work. Like, our little counts for our register.
Well, you deserve it.
Thank you, Courtney. I thought I gave you the day off.
Thought you might need some help.
Well, aren't you just a little workhorse?
I guess that's why I'm Secretary of the Year.
Thank you, Courtney. So, where do I even begin? Well, I guess we begin right at the top. 20 Hunger Games. There have been 20 Bobby's World Hunger Games, maybe I should specify, but 14 unique winners. Myself, Jeremy, Jasmine, and Lisa have all won twice, and Samantha, the legend, the icon, has won 3 times and is still the only person to do so. The longest Hunger Games you may be stunned to find was actually this past Hunger Games, Hunger Games 20. It went on for 10 days. After that, it's a tie between Hunger Games 5 and 9, which both went to day 9. The shortest Hunger Games was actually Hunger Games number 3, which ended on an arena event on day 4. So let's talk about celebrities of the Hunger Games. A few famous people and beings have graced the Deathly Hallows. Did you like that, Sammy? Of the Hunger Games. And let us start with the most important and coolest of all of them, Grumpy Cat. Grumpy Cat was actually a bit of a regular at the beginning. He participated in the first 10 Hunger Games. The most kills he ever got in one game was 4. His total kills was 7, and though unfortunately he never won, he did make it to the final 2. Actually, which one was that? It was actually in the very first Hunger Games. He was in the final 2, and he lost, unfortunately, to Jeremy. He also cuddled with Sarah Jean once and Tori once. Speaking of Tori, let's move on to the next celebrity, who is Justin Bieber. I say speaking of Tori because I put Justin Bieber in the Hunger Games just to annoy her. He was only in one Hunger Games, and he was killed by Devin and spared by Rachel once. And then we have Kim Kardashian, who participated in only one Hunger Games and did nothing before finally dying of hypothermia. Let us move on to the most kills leaderboard. I spoke earlier about Samantha, who is the only person to win 3 Hunger Games, while she is also the kills leader at 30. She is followed closely and shockingly by me at 28 kills. I would have never guessed that in 100 billion years. I was shocked when I saw that. As for the rest, well, Courtney put that up on the screen right now. This is the count for everyone who has been in all 20 Hunger Games. So that's why there's only 13 names there. And Dre has always said that he would be at the bottom of the list, but he is not. As you can see, he's actually in the middle at 7th with 14 kills. Poor Nikki at the bottom of 7. I'm so sorry, Nikki. Your luck's got to change at some point. Although you have won a Hunger Games, so you've been a champion. And this is the standings with the 3 people that I took out. So they would have been in 19 Hunger Games. As you can see, Dre slides down only 2 spots to 7th. Or sorry, 9th. And of course, anyone else not included is basically just because they've been in much less Hunger Games and, much fewer Hunger Games, I should say. And it wouldn't be fair, so that's just basically why that is the way that is. The Hunger Games is comprised mostly of, people, family members like me, Kate, Christian and Aiden. Lisa was in there for a while. Devin was in there. Nikki's in there, of course. Then you got Rachel and Sarah Jean and Sammy and now Phoenix and JT and I guess Taz in a way. I mean, I'm talking about blood family members here. And there have been a lot of kills amongst family members in the Hunger Games. I'm just going to read these off individually here. I have been killed by Kate and Aiden 1 time. Kate has been killed by me 3 times. Christian has been killed by Kate and Devin once, and Aiden, me, and Lisa twice. Aiden has been killed by me twice and Christian once. Then we move on to Rachel's family. Rachel has been killed by Sammy 3 times. Sammy has been killed by Rachel twice and Sarah Jean once. Sarah Jean has been killed by Rachel and Sammy both once. Lisa's been killed by Christian once. Devin's been killed by Christian and Lisa once. Phoenix has been killed by Sammy twice, because Sammy is a savage. JT has been killed by Phoenix twice. And that is pretty much it. So basically you can see that there's not a whole lot of family love in the Hunger Games. Sponsors are a big part of the Hunger Games, and as everyone knows, or for those that don't know, I'm sorry. Basically, before the games, you have to put on a show for the sponsors to impress them, and then they'll send you gifts or whatever. And in the Bobby's World Hunger Games, a total of 171 gifts have been handed out. What tops the list, you might ask? Well, I'm sure you'll be stunned to find that it's explosives. After that, it's food, and then a hatchet, and then medical supplies, and then water. If you were wondering who has received the most gifts, well, it is a tie between Sarah Jean and Jasmine, who both received 12 gifts. Sorry, I can't speak. After that, it's a 5-way tie with me, Christian, Rachel, Sammy, and Master Chief, who have all received 11 gifts, and after that, it's Dre with 10. Now, you wouldn't think that cuddling would be a major part of the Hunger Games, but in fact, it is a very big part of it. And in fact, there have been 12 instances of cuddling in the Hunger Games. I cuddled Lisa once. Christian cuddled Sammy once. Sarah Jean has cuddled with more people than anyone else in the Hunger Games. She's cuddled with Phoenix, Sammy, Bandit, and Crystal. Nikki cuddled with Grumpy Cat once. Tori cuddled with Bandit once. Steve cuddled with Ripley once. Master Chief cuddled with Devin once. Lucas cuddled with Ripley once. Jasmine cuddled with Master Chief once. Arbiter cuddled with Simba once. Simba has cuddled with both Tori and the Arbiter. Some of these are going to be repeating. I'm just kind of reading down the list here. Bandit cuddled with Sarah Jean and Tori once. Grumpy Cat cuddled with Nikki and Aiden. Ripley cuddled with Steve. And I think that pretty much does it. So in a death game where any moment could be your last, people have found comfort in each other's arms. I, for one, think that's very heartwarming. When it comes to districts in the Hunger Games, it doesn't mean a whole lot in my games. It's just a way to basically group people together, I guess. It's not even like a team kind of thing. As we all know, it's every person for themselves, or every animal for themselves. But in looking at who's been in what districts, you can actually find some interesting numbers here. For instance, Master Chief has been in District 8 6 times. Nikki's been in District 6 7 times. Dre's been in District 4 4 times. Christian and Kay have both been in District 3 4 times. Sammy's been in District 11 4 times. As for who has teamed together the most, it's a pretty interesting list, and a lot of this is going to be repeating as well. I'm just reading in order of names, basically. I've teamed with Christian and Aiden both 3 times. Kate has teamed with Lucas 3 times. Aiden has teamed with me and Rachel both 3 times. Rachel's teamed with Aiden 3 times. Sammy has teamed with Dre 3 times, and of course, that means Dre has teamed with Sammy 3 times. But he's also teamed with Sarah Jean 3 times. Nikki's teamed with Tori 3 times. Tori has teamed with both Nikki and Master Chief 3 times. Jeremy's teamed with Groot 4 times. Steve has teamed with Neko, Devin, Jeremy, and Nikki all 2 times. Helen has teamed with Lisa 2 times. And Jasmine teamed with Kate, Master Chief, and the Arbiter all twice. So let's look into some weird Hunger Games facts. I was finding some very interesting things when I was poring over the data. And I think this is going to be one of my favorite segments in the entire video. But first one I have listed here is Sarah Jean has cuddled more people than anyone else in the Hunger Games. Phoenix, Sammy, Bandit, and Crystal, I already discussed that. Most non-violent deaths in the Hunger Games happen either once per person or not at all. The only exceptions are Crystal and Nikki both died from hypothermia twice, and Steve and Teresa both drowned twice. Sarah Jean and Jasmine have received more gifts from sponsors than anyone else. Sammy and myself are tied for the most kills in a single Hunger Games with 7. Now here is probably one of my favorites. Jasmine, who has been in 15 Hunger Games, has been killed the most by 8 different people, all tied at 1. Teresa, Master Chief, Kate, Aiden, Sammy, Simba, Devin, and Helen all tied at 1. But Taz, who has only been in 4 Hunger Games, is actually right behind her at 7. How is this possible, you may ask? Phoenix, Groot, Dre, Steve, and Sarah Jean track down and kill Taz. Wow. Wow. And that is just not fair. Christian is the only person to hold hands with the same person more than once. Who was it, you ask? Why, it was Aiden. Twice. And both of them are just going to be absolutely tickled pink to hear that. And the person who is on more killed by most lists than anyone else is me. Oh yeah, and of course I would be remiss if I didn't talk about everyone's favorite part, running away from the cornucopia. Just for the record, there have been 177 instances of people running away from the cornucopia. Or perhaps it's
177 instances of people running away from the cornucopia.
There, was that better for some of you? And now we are going to get to what is probably the most important and final section of this video. And I like to call this one For the Loyalists. This is for you, all of the people who come back every week, or, as much as they possibly can, and watch every video and get involved and just look forward to basically everything, to which I really appreciate it. So, this is for you guys. Let us start with the one person who probably cares the absolute dirt least, Kate. Kate has been in 20 Hunger Games. The most kills she's had in a single game is 3. Her total kills is 9. She has died once each from bleeding out, infection, and a fall. She's questioned her sanity twice. She's received 6 gifts. She's died twice to animals in the Hunger Games. Not like the 4-legged creatures that are in, the actual districts, but like monkey mutts and such. Kate thus far has not won a Hunger Games yet, but I think her time is coming. Then moving along to me. 20 Hunger Games, most kills in one game, 7, and 28 total kills. I've been killed most by Nikki and Master Chief, both twice. I have died from poison, a mine, dysentery, drowning, and thirst, all once. I also have 1 arena death. I've self-injured myself twice, which makes sense. I've received 11 total gifts. I've held hands with Rachel and Sammy. I've been spared by Rachel, Arbiter, and Ripley. And I have had 3 animal deaths. Christian has been in 20 Hunger Games. The most kills he's had in a single game is 5, for 24 total kills. He's been killed most by me, Aiden, and Lisa, all twice. He's had 2 arena deaths, and he's died from bleeding out and dysentery both once. He has also injured himself twice and has received 11 total gifts. He's held hands with Aiden twice, as well as Lucas and Sammy. He's been spared by Aiden twice, and Lucas and Sarah Jean. And he's had 1 animal death. Then my other jerk of a child. 20 games for Aiden, 3 kills in 1 Hunger Games, 10 total kills. He's been killed most by myself and Tori, both twice. He's bled out once, he's died of dysentery once, and he's died of hunger once. And he also has 2 arena deaths. He's questioned his sanity twice. He's received 8 total gifts. He's held hands with Christian and myself. He's been spared by Justin Bieber. and he's had 2 animal deaths. Rachel has been in 20 Hunger Games. Most kills in a single Hunger Games, 3 for 15 total kills. She's been killed most by Sammy 3 times. She's had 3 arena deaths, 2 deaths by hypothermia, once by poison, once by drowning. She's injured herself once and questioned her sanity twice. She's had 11 total gifts. She has held hands with me. She's been spared by Master Chief and Tori, and has had no animal deaths. Samantha, the Hunger Games icon, has been in 20 games. Most kills in a single game, 7. 30 total kills. She's the all-time leader. Killed most by Rachel 3 times. 1 arena death, 1 death by hypothermia, 1 death by bleeding out, and 1 death by toxic berries. She's questioned her sanity twice. She's had 11 total gifts. She has held hands with Tori, been spared by Tori and Devin. She has cuddled Christian. She has killed Rachel and Sarah Jean as family members. Rachel twice, Sarah Jean once, and 1 animal death. Her sister, Sarah Jean, who gets congratulations on getting a new job today, by the way, as I'm recording this. 20 Hunger Games, 4 kills in 1 game for 8 total kills. Killed most by me twice, sorry. Died of hypothermia once, died by bleeding out once, died of dysentery once, drowning once, thirst once. She has tried to sleep through the entire day once. She has injured herself once. She has questioned her sanity 3 times. She's received 12 total gifts. She's held hands with Lucas. She's cuddled with Phoenix, Sammy, Bandit, and Crystal, as I said earlier. And for family deaths, she has killed Rachel and Sammy both once, and has had 2 animal deaths in the Hunger Games. Dre, my boy, my brother, been in 20 Hunger Games. Most kills in 1 game, 4. 14 total kills. Been killed most by me twice. 2 arena deaths. You've bled out once. You've drowned once. You died of hunger once. Dre has injured himself twice. Questioned his sanity once. He's received 10 total gifts. Never held hands with anybody, which is interesting. He's been spared by Rachel, Jasmine, Jeremy, and Christian, and has had 5 animal deaths. Nikki. 20 Hunger Games. 2 kills in 1 game is the record for her, and 7 total kills. Been killed most by Dre 3 times. Has had 3 arena deaths. I remember arenas being like Nikki's kryptonite there for a while. 2 deaths by hypothermia, 1 death by thirst. Injured herself once, questioned her sanity 3 times. 6 total gifts. Has been spared by Lisa and Devin. Has cuddled Grumpy Cat. And family deaths, has killed Christian and Devin once and had 1 animal death. Tori, the one primarily responsible for bringing the Hunger Games back, has been in 20 Hunger Games. 2 deaths in 1 game is the record for 8 total kills. Killed most by Jasmine 3 times. 2 arena deaths. 1 death by drowning, 1 death by thirst. No, I'm sorry. 1 death by trying to escape the arena, and then 1 death by drowning. That's my bad. Questioned her sanity once. 5 total gifts. Held hands with Sammy. Spared by Katniss and Master Chief once. Cuddled with Bandit, and has had 5 animal deaths, which was an issue there for a while. Helen has been in 8 Hunger Games. Most kills in 1 game, 3. Total kills, 5. Killed most by Master Chief twice. Bled out once. Died of an infection once. Slept through the day once. Kate has... Oh. There was no total gifts here, but there's only been 1. You were gifted water once. Spared by me once, and no animal deaths. Phoenix. Feeny Beanie. 5 Hunger Games. 4 kills in 1 game for 5 total kills. Killed most by Sammy and Devin twice each. Died of hypothermia once. Slept through the day twice. Injured himself once. 4 total gifts. Was spared by Master Chief once. Has cuddled Sarah Jean once. And has killed Sammy twice. And no animal deaths. JT, Phoenix's papa. Honestly, there's not very much to read here. I'm sorry, JT. 5 Hunger Games. Apparently has no kills. 1 arena death. And was killed by Phoenix twice. That's not cool. That's got to change very soon. Tazarin has been in 4 Hunger Games. Most kills in one game, or most kills in one game, 1. Total kills, 1. Obviously, it's very early in his career. Killed most by Phoenix, Groot, Aiden, Steve, Dre, Tori, and Sarah Jean all once. Died of thirst once. Received a hatchet as a gift from a sponsor once. And that's it. There is one mistake from Kate here. She put Jordan and Leighton that they were in 4 Hunger Games, but they've only been in 1, I think. And obviously there's not much to read there. Leighton died in the arena once. And Jordan was killed by Kate, which is not nice. So that's pretty much going to do it. And I hope that everyone enjoyed this. I've been looking forward to this. And this is kind of my gift to you guys. I guess it's from Kate too, since she did the majority of the work. I thought it would be cool. I know Dre loves stats too. Thought it would be cool to go through everything. And Kate went into way more detail than I was planning to. I mean, I can't believe she had pages and pages of spreadsheets just all set up for me. So that was really cool. And thank you to Kate again, because that made it a great deal easier and much more interesting probably than it would have been. I hope you guys have enjoyed the editing on this video. I'm going to play around with this one and see if I can make some cool things happen. So this is going to be definitely a different kind of video. And the next Hunger Games will be coming up soon. I'm just getting back into my schedule now with videos and podcasts and all that stuff. So yeah, the next one will be coming up shortly. And I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I love you guys, and I will see you next time. And until then, it's Bobby's World, and you're all just living in it. CLC for life, y'all. Bye. What's going on, guys? Thank you for checking out the video today. But I got a question for you. Did you know I wrote a book? Did you know I wrote 3 books? Did you know that they're all part of the same series? The Roar of a Dragon, The Treachery of a Weasel, and The Cry of a Raven. ReadersFavorite.com says that its intensity rivals that of the Game of Thrones series. Now, I personally think that's crazy, but it's not for me to judge. It's for you to judge. Go to robertblanchardbooks.com and you can check out the books right now. But wait, that's not all. All 3 books got 5-star reviews in ReadersFavorite.com. These books won the silver medal in the Literary Titan Awards. The Cry of a Raven won silver at the Global eBook Awards. So what are you waiting for? Read about Aiden's dream to become a Knight of Delmar. Read about his death and resurrection. Oops, I gave that away, didn't I? And read about his journey back home from 3,000 years in the future to stop the evil that started in Delmar. Go to robertblanchardbooks.com. You can read the first 3 chapters of each book there for free. And then, if you're interested, you can buy the books there as well. And if you've already read the books or you just want to hear more about them, you can check out the Rise of Dragons podcast. You can listen to it wherever you listen to your favorite podcast. And in every episode, I cover a character from the book, an event from the book, my journey into writing, and everything in between. Ripley, what do you got to say about all this?
Give me a treat or I will end you.
You know she's telling you to check out the books. Go to robertblanchardbooks.com to check out the books or listen to the Rise of Dragons podcast if you want to hear about them. That's all I got to say, and thank you for watching this video.